just got in a big large box my robot lawnmower machine. All right, quick start guide how to use it. There's a barcode in here, instructions how to set it up. They do have it for Apple or Droid. Instructions, everything's thorough. Now this system could work on 2 different units, all right? It could be Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, all right? So Wi-Fi meaning that you're able to log into remotely if you have a connection, a hub set up somewhere in here, or Bluetooth. Like I said, if you're no internet and you want to do a large facility or maybe not your facility or another different place, that's what you have an option. Now we're gonna open it up and see what you get. All the tools, everything's necessary here, including the module for the Wi-Fi, the antenna I'm talking about, tools, all those necessary tools to adjustments, right? Tools are included. All right, so this is pretty much everything you get, except for the markers, of course. You get tools, everything that's in here included, including this, all right? And this is very important because I actually found out exactly what it is for. So you grab on the machine, you train the machine. This is a training stick pretty much. You drag the machine all over the place to train it. There's a couple of ways you could train the system not to go at certain outbounds or inbounds. You want to keep them in a certain area of your grass yard. This is perfect. Now, one thing I noticed this is an actual rebate, a bridge for the signal. It collects your Wi-Fi signal, transmitted to the actual unit through Bluetooth. So it's a relay pretty much, all right? Now, they do give you extra blade accessories, areas where you actually set up blades. The best thing I like it, that they give you extra blades in here, right? So you don't have to go out and buy extra blades. The power adapter, because this is where you actually power it up. You plug it in to your wall outlet. And of course, it's waterproof, so you're gonna have to tie it up. Long cable, type C to the power connection, and this is going to have to power this system. So you are going to require 2 outlets, one for your power, your relay, which is going to transmit the signal, and the other one's going to be for the actual system, all right, for the actual base of it. Now everything's included, including this. This is an extension for the actual relay. You can mount it. They give you a mount to mount pretty much anywhere. This thing locks in here in place. The other one has a thread that you have to thread it in there. That's pretty much it. I mean, everything's basic. Here's the actual threading part of it. Very simple to put together, and we are going to put it together. They give you a couple stakes here too, also, to if you want to mount this on the floor, on the wall, or pretty much anywhere. They do give you the actual wall mounts too. And I never heard of a company give you all the tools necessary to put together plus more. All right, putting this together, it's very simple. What you want to do is, this thing here is to actually hold down the actual cable, so in case somebody pulls it or something, it's an extra connection here. You guys can see the cable goes through there. That's a type C connection. This is the attachment for the wall, and you actually screw it in. It depends on where you want to make sure you have a good signal for this thing, because this is where you're gonna actually run it through. And look at this, and the actual has a little indentation here for the cable to go through. All right, if you guys notice, this is where you actually screw in this part of it. This part right here is the one that you have to screw into this end. All right, this is the one that you need to rotate it to the right angle. All right, so we just put it together in here indoors for now, so you guys can see it. I am going to put this outdoors too. I like that they give you the whole setup, including with it. This is rotate. You could rotate it, but once you set it up, you could tie it down with a screw in here, and then also the same thing too, so it will keep one direction. All right, here's the actual lawnmower machine. If you guys can see, there is a stop button, an emergency stop button. All right, now this thing is going to sense pets, any obstacles. It'll stop itself or go around the actual unit. Even if after you transmit and save the actual information on it, it'll still, anything that drops a branch or something, it will identify it and it'll go around the system. But for those occasions that you don't trust yourself or something, there's an emergency stop button here. To start the system is very simple. Power on, you press and hold for 3 seconds to turn it up. To start, unlock it. That's the 2 buttons to unlock it. To go back home and charge is the center button. All right, now the system itself, I'm going to rotate it so you guys can see, has 2 durable tires in the back. All right, and they have grips for lawns. All right, so thick or thin lawns, these will go through simple. Now, sensors in the front and on the side and in the back. Pretty much everywhere it has a 360 rotation of sensors right here that it's going to rotate. They don't rotate, but they actually stay fixed in certain areas so they continue to work, if you guys can see it. Sensor in the front, sensors on the side. It's going to identify your garden, the actual location it needs to drive. Now let's flip it over. So let me show you the bottom of the actual system itself. You got 3 blades, all right? And they're so sharp that when you cut the grass or whatever it hits, it shreds it down to a size that you don't need to pick up. It kind of recycles back into the ground. It makes more fertilizer for later down the line. So depending on the tallness of the grass, right? But most of the grass that you have in your lawn and it's not too large enough, this will do as I told you. Now they do give you 2 blades here, 2 plates right here. You can increase the size of it. So if you want to lower it down, you can do that. These wheels are rotatable to pretty much any degree that the car has to turn. In the bottom, the docking station, it has to be from the bottom, all right? And I'm going to show you a little bit more. All right, to lower down the actual device, which is the blades, you have to take out these screws on here to lower it down. That's one way you do it, all right? So it comes with the tools. They do give it the Allen wrench so I can lower it down in case the blades are too high. All right, just to let you guys know, the dock is right here in this area where the cameras are, right here. And there's 2 systems that catches the actual whole system, all right? And we're gonna put this outdoors so you guys can see how it works. But just wanted to give you an in-depth of the actual system. It's not that heavy. It's probably less than 10 pounds. Easy to carry around. My recommendation, if you're gonna grab it from the handle. There's a handle in the back of it. And hold it with 1 hand or 2. And that's pretty much it. The center is where the blade's on. Even if you turn it on, it's not gonna damage anything because it's on the center and nothing on the side. So just be aware for safety purposes. The most difficult part is setting up your GPS. After that, once it sets up the GPS, you can use either remote through Wi-Fi or through actual Bluetooth. If you want to scan your lawn, there's 2 ways. One's a drag method, and the other one is the actual using the Bluetooth control and mapping the system with yourself using your controls. So that's another way you can do it. Now, if you have 2 different gardens, you want to teach the system how to go through the front entrance to the back, you can do that. This has to have a place in order to come and dock. As long as it understands where the docking station, and it has to be clear. That means the lens has to be clean and it has to be clear of any obstacles. If any obstacle happens, the system's going to automatically text you, informing you that there's an issue with it, and come and see it. Now, for some reason, if you ever want to stop the system, the push button. This is the best way to actually set up the system. Once you do any kind of maintenance or anything that you manage on the system, you still have to do a managing to unlock it here. Understanding your controls. Right now, as you can see, we have GPS, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and fully charged. It's giving you all that information at once in your fingertip. Now, you have your power button on, your start method, and to unlock it too. All right, so we're gonna show you guys how to program the actual lawnmower, right? You need your phone and your app. You're gonna have to start the process. Let me show you the process. Start the program, all right? Once you start the program, you wanna evaluate your garden. You could do it 2 ways. You could remote into the system itself, or you could use the actual prompt that they give you. It's a long stick extension stick that you could grab your machine and drag it around your actual garden. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna teach the system how to garden, our own yard. So let's go ahead and do that. So right now I have the app open. You're gonna go into maps and then create a new map. So we're creating a new map, all right? Because I did have it, but then every time you move your systems, you have to completely redo this. So let me put this down and let's go. You're gonna see it moving around in circles while I move myself. So let's go ahead and do that. So if you guys can see, the system automatically pulls itself out. It's getting ready for me to pull it. So I'm gonna crank it here. I'm just gonna drag it. Let's drag it. Mapping. if you guys can see, I mapped the whole entire thing already. Now we're gonna go ahead and say done on the system, all right? We're gonna say done, and you're gonna hear a beeping sound in the back. Now, it created a whole garden, our map of the actual yard. And all you gotta do is say, go ahead and you could create your obstacles here on the bottom, new areas. If you wanna add additional parts of your garden, you can do that. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna say mow once and let it finish out. So it's gonna start gardening our actual lawn, and at the same time it's gonna evaluate more of the system. It's kind of an AI system, understanding our system. If there's any kind of mapping it wasn't available or obstacles, it's gonna let you guys know. So right now, as you can see, I just started. So it knows not to go all the way past the fence because I actually walked the whole system around. It knows exactly where to cut the actual lawn. So it knows there's boundaries. All right, let's try an obstacle course. I'm gonna stand in front of it. I'm gonna walk in front. Let's see what happens. Look at that. It stops immediately. And as soon as I walk out, so it's perfect if you have pets or any kind of toys laying around the ground. This is perfect. If you're looking for a great machine to do your lawn, this machine automatically does it. So we do have robots for pool cleaning. We do have robots for skimming. Now they have one great machines for actually cutting your lawn. Now at CES, there was a lot of machines doing the same thing, but not like this. This is outdoor graded. It has a docking station. You don't have to worry about it. This is going to conserve a lot of your power. You don't have to worry about gas guzzling machines or anything else. Also, a small footprint that you take on when it docks itself, so you don't have to worry about it too. One of the great things about it, I like about it, that you design your own cutting area. All right, so you could teach the system how to manage it, where to go, even could you go out there and cut the lawn outside. So that's one thing that you can do. The great thing about it that I like about it, it's set and forget. You don't have to come back. You know, it does everything. You don't even have to collect the garbage because it cuts it so fine, so thin that it reuses its own cut lawn, its own grass back as fertilizers. Overall, if you give it its proper setup, its proper place to come and dock and give it enough power, the two connections have to be on, the GPS and the actual base system, this is going to last you for a long time. Now, it knows when it needs to be charged. It automatically starts docking it itself. Now, once in a while, you do have to maintenance. You have to come and clean the lenses here. When you flip it or any kind of motion, the system automatically locks itself out. You have to manually unlock it in order to start the process again. Overall, this is going to conserve a lot of power. It's going to conserve a lot of energy, meaning that you're not going to use any kind of your manpower yourself of cutting your own lawn, and also conserve the environment, which no gas is necessary. It's all electrical. Everything does maintenance, less maintenance on this machine than other machines. They include any extra plates, extra blades, and maintenance free, including all the tools necessary needed and the great support that you have online and offline. No matter what size of your lawn you have, this machine will do it for you. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. .6 of you are not subscribers in my channel. I hope that the content helps you out and that you find it very useful, and I hope you hit the like and subscribe.